Hey, so I was kind of surprised when I was at Memory Lane Toys and Comics, or Comics and Toys. In 1983 is when it was established, so it was there a year before we came here. I didn't ever go there at all when I was younger. Of course, I didn't drive in 83. But what I got there was a lot of comic books. But I like to pick up some of their toys, and this one, I couldn't resist for the price. It's oh, guess who it is? It's my second favorite G.I. Joe character, Stormshadow. All right, so Stormshadow. Let me see if there's anything else in the bag, because he had some loose weapons. However, this is a very unique Stormshadow because it is a MEGO version. I was like, what? They made a MEGO version of Stormshadow? I was like, man, I hope they made a Zartan one too, or maybe this is a custom one. I don't think so, though. I don't know, though. But for $10, I'm pretty sure that it was... Although he does look like he has a Star Wars boots, sort of. Although they are... Okay, so they're separated. You know, because the ninja shoes are separated, like Tsubishi. No, Tsubishi's the... Anyway. It's the thing you throw on the ground to punch out tires. Titsus? What are the feet? Like, the shoes are called something. They have the separation of the toes, and I feel like they can start with a T. I used to be really big into ninjas back in the 80s. Of course, what boy my age, what man my age, it was a boy then, at least I would imagine that, wasn't into ninjas back then. I mean, seriously, we were all obsessed with ninjas. I had throwing stars, and, you know, we played with them. We were stupid, but hey, we survived. I mean, only lost a few eyes. The sword doesn't really look like his sword. I don't know what the heck's going on with that. That's definitely not a ninja sword. But you know what? I do have a real, like, it's a what is it called? A letter opener. That's it's really scaled more for a 12-inch one, but we'll see how that works. And I think this is the newer bodies, because I don't think it's the rubber band bodies. I can't tell. It's like I'm not able to move him enough to really tell. It may be the rubber band bodies, because I don't think the newer ones can. Well, okay, hold on. They can't bend their legs as far, and this one can bend his legs, because the new bodies are on the Green Lantern figure I have, and that body, no. But it does have new articulation that was not on the original Megos. Trust me, the Megos could not do this. And that bag's gonna drive me crazy here. The original Megos could not do this. The original Megos can bend up and down, and most of the time they weren't like three things right there. There was like half of it was on this half, that half was on that half, and a metal pin going through. And the arms weren't like this. They were like a ball socket with a rubber band attached to it. So let me see if I can pull his arm off. No, because I used to pull Superman's arm out of socket. I don't know why it was fun to do, but it was just fun to do. So no, I guess these are on a bandless body. I don't know, but he's got a lot of looseness there. All right, so we have a place for his sword, but that seriously cannot be his sword. That's not a ninja sword. And I don't remember that sword being a special sword for him. Okay, so there's a hole in the top of this. There's not an output. What am I missing here? All right, I'm a little confused what goes in there then. If that's supposed to be a sword, it's not going all the way through. All right, so it makes me wonder if this really is a one-of-a-kind, because they just use whatever parts they can get, which is possible. All right, although the helmet, I mean, that face, I don't know, I guess you can get off any ninja and make it into a Stormshadow. There's nothing that much different from this in a normal ninja. I'll probably do my homework on it later. I just saw it for $10 and I was like, sure. I mean, if somebody else wants to make a MEGO figure that I can enjoy, sure. All right, so the wrist, you can't really see them, but they do a full 360 degrees, of course, and I don't know which way they bend. Okay, so they bend traditionally. I wasn't sure if they were going to do a sword hand, since he's a sword. If it was Hasbro or whoever makes these, MEGO, they would have made it like a sword hand, I'm guessing. Let's see if this hand's the same. Yeah, it's the same, so it just bends in and out. And his hand looks like it's really made for a gun, so at the end, this makes me wonder if this is really just somebody's one-of-a-kind they made. There is a dagger right here. It's a very blunt dagger, like it got broke. I've never seen a short dagger that short. The dagger is no longer than the handle. He's got, oh, the little throwing stars. Okay, they are separated. I was afraid that, I wasn't afraid. Now I'm afraid they're going to fall out. I was thinking at first that they were just, painted and they were a part of the thing. So yeah, he's got all the articulation. and then some of the originals. Let's see, does he have, oh, he has that too, which the originals definitely did not do. So this is on a newer body, but unlike my Green Lantern, he could put a full sit down if he wanted to. My Green Lantern can't do that. I guess they don't expect him to ever sit down. And the logo is right there. So if his gi was completely properly dressed, it would be, of course, left over right. So what do you guys think? Do you think this is real? Or do you think it's like somebody made a one of a kind? Like they just took pieces and parts from here and there and made it? So I don't know. I don't know anything about the making G.I. Joe Megos, so... but I love Mego figures. So, I mean, I don't usually collect larger figures, but when I was a kid, there were two things that I collected and I loved the most other than Shogun Warriors, which is a very limited collection. Mego 8-inch figures, because that was like the first superhero figures really for me. Other than a few pocket heroes I had. Like I had Batman with a pop-off head with his, anyway. And I think I had a Spider-Man. It's hard to remember that far back. I just remember the Batman popped off his head real easy. And Megos were the two superhero sizes. This was the main size though. And then Micronauts, which was more sci-fi, and the little 3 3/4 inches was the first that I can remember, although I guess Adventure People were really technically first. All right, well, thanks for watching. Let me know below if this is something that you know anything about, if this is real or if it's like somebody's one of a kind. The guy didn't know anything about it. He just like, oh yeah, it's $10. Like, yeah, sure. Because if this was a real Mego, it'd be anywhere, like nowadays it'd be $20. If it was from a few years ago, it'd be like $12. Like, yeah, like 3 years ago, these were only, Megos were only like $12 at Walmart. Now they're 20. Bidenomics. All right. Hey, thanks for watching. Have a great day today.